On this episode of Ol Pejeta Diaries, rangers track down one of Africa's fiercest predators. Even when caged, these cats are ferocious and dangerous.
I do think there's a lot more than people think. They just seem to keep popping up in the strangest of places.
But when one comes in injured, the team faces a difficult decision.
It's gone from the top of the food chain to the bottom of the food chain in the state it is.
And the holiday season arrives.
We've got our staff Christmas party on today, so there's quite a lot of stuff that's gone into it.
But will Santa bring head ranger Dixon Karaoke championship honors?
My friend, watch out!
It's just another busy week in the life of a Kenyan game reserve. Kenya's Ol Pejeta Conservancy is one of the leading wildlife sanctuaries in the world. One of the things that's contributed to its success is that it's been able to forge cooperative relationships with the communities on its borders. That's a tough thing to do when your land is home to some of the most dangerous animals on the planet. To protect the villages, Ol Pejeta put up more than 240 kilometers of electrified fences. The fences are there to keep elephant and large predators like lion from getting out. But occasionally, the animals do break out. When that happens, the staff responds quickly to push the animals back into the reserve. But the community lands are not void of animals. On the contrary, the wildlife is beginning to thrive again. This is largely due to the relationships that Ol Pejeta has built with its neighbors. The Conservancy provides jobs, builds and helps fund schools and medical clinics, and provides water to the communities. In return, the villagers have adopted a more conservationist attitude. They'll even tolerate predators, as long as those predators stay away from the village's livestock. Today, Ol Pejeta is taking on a problem leopard from a neighboring game reserve. This particular cat has been eating the village's goats. Normally, the villagers would have shot the leopard, but this one was lucky. In the spirit of conservation, it was handed over to be relocated, and Ol Pejeta was willing to take it in.
You know, we bring in a lot of problem leopard for the simple reason there's actually not many places that would take problem because of their livestock. We're in the lucky position that we've got predator-proof pens, and our boundary fence is predator-proof, so they will not leave Ol Pejeta. We don't see leopard that often, and like all predators that were in Laikipia before, they were probably prosecuted quite hard just for their presence while livestock was being practiced. We need it for a balanced ecosystem, and so we've decided, right, we can take them.
Up until 5 years ago, Ol Pejeta was a cattle ranch, and predators like lion and leopard were killed to keep them from attacking the herd. As a result, the land suffered from overgrazing. Now that Ol Pejeta is a wildlife reserve, Batian and his team are working to restore a proper ecological balance. Leopard are nocturnal, shy, and the most adaptive of all the big cats. Their range stretches across Africa and into Asia. They're capable of surviving in a broad range of habitats. They have even been found living unnoticed in heavily populated areas, even in some of Africa's major cities. Although they're not critically endangered, they are on the near-threatened list because loss of habitat. The plan is to take this leopard into a central part of the reserve where the team hopes it will adapt. Batian is on his way across the reserve to meet the new resident. Crossing the reserve takes about 1 hour by car, unless you run into traffic. The leopard will be released near a hide, where tourists are sometimes brought to spend the night so they can watch the action at a waterhole. Carol, who is a member of the Ol Pejeta research team, will be partly responsible for keeping an eye on her and tracking her movements. She's come a long way to get to know her new charge. But before long, the team becomes concerned. Usually when a leopard is caged, it gets extremely aggressive. This one is too quiet. The team thinks this is an indication that something is wrong. They take the tarp off the cage and try to find out what is the matter with her. Soon, it becomes clear. She's badly injured.
This is a warthog. When she's trying to get as a prey.
I taking a picture because I've seen it has an wound actually just on the leg. So I want to contact Mr. Martin Craig, who is the wildlife and security manager, try and give us some information actually what to do now, because this thing seems to be sick. I've never seen a leopard actually staying like this. This one seems to be very calm and seems the animal needs assistance now.
A leopard with an injury is even more dangerous than a healthy animal, especially if it's not able to hunt.
Very deep cuts.
A hungry leopard is opportunistic and will take anything or anyone that passes by, including children.
Okay, that leopard arrived from Lewa. There was obviously a good reason. It was eating livestock in the community. It was in a pretty poor state, to be honest with you. Sadly, it's got pretty severe septicemia in its back legs, and it will take a lot to recover. Septicemia is essentially it's got gangrene in its back legs. It's gone from the top of the food chain to the bottom of the food chain in the state it is. Has a fight with a warthog, comes off second best. It's got to take the next easiest prey, and sadly the easiest prey in this situation was sheep and goats, which has been its downfall. We've made the decision it's probably going to need to be put down anyway. Yeah, it's sad losing a leopard like that, but an animal like that's only going to end up being a problem in the long run. And it walks across a person, it walks past a kid in the community, and it's got an empty stomach. It's not going to leave somebody alone.
So, yeah, that's the thing.
Ol Pejeta Conservancy is one of the few places in Kenya that will accept and protect a dangerous predator like a leopard. Earlier in the day, a captured leopard was brought in to be released in the reserve, but the team discovered that it had been badly injured. Severe gangrene was setting into the animal's leg. Because the leopard was suffering, the decision was made to put down the animal humanely. The next day, Batian gets a call about another problem leopard. This one just outside their own boundary fence to the south. Immediately, Batian dispatches Senior Ranger Daniel Mwaniki to have a look. Daniel quickly finds the problem animal in a small thicket on the edge of the village.
Leopard are such secretive animals, and leopard will live in the smallest little thicket and right in and amongst people. Okay, it's just my view. I do think there's a lot more than people think in community areas, in the forests, in conservation areas, and on cattle ranches. They just seem to keep popping up in the strangest of places, which is a sign that there's probably more than we think.
Later, Daniel checks back to see if the leopard is still there. If it is gone but left its kill behind, it will likely return soon. The leopard is gone, and there is no kill.
leopard was just sleeping there. Now you just want to look for a location that will put the trap, because I'm suggesting it might come back. It must come back, because this is the thickest area of this area. It can't stay in the open.
This leopard has taken 3 sheep from this farm, and it has been roaming around the communities area there, but we have not been knowing what is going on until today.
It's quick responses like this that have cemented a strong relationship between Ol Pejeta Conservancy and the surrounding communities.
We are happy because Ol Pejeta has been responding to the community very, very, very quickly. You can imagine this was at around 1 o'clock.
First, Daniel and his team recover a leopard trap from the other side of the reserve. It's a race against the sun. The trap has to be in place before dark. Second, they will need fresh bait. Daniel picks up an old goat that will be sacrificed. With sundown nearing, the team reaches the village. They'll have to work quickly to get the trap set up. Members of the village come to help out.
Wewe kujani bwana, mnakuja kuona watu kama picha? Uko sawa? Na tunaangalia hivi sisi wote tunataka kupeduka. Tuangalie pande moja sisi wote. Sasa, tunataka tupeduke hivi. Nyinyi muingie huko ndani sasa. Okay, hiyo ni kabisa.
The goat is slaughtered, and the meat is placed in the trap.
What you're doing, you want now to put the meat, then we cover the trap with thick bushes, so they have to go through the door, try to pull the meat, and the door will lock itself.
If the leopard can see the meat in the cage, it will sense danger and not go in. So tree branches are tightly packed to mimic an environment that will make the leopard feel safe. The meat is placed inside and the trap door set. With their work done, someone will now be assigned to check back on the trap every day to see if the leopard has been caught. The team heads home. The following morning, the trap is empty. It may take some time before the leopard is caught, but there's lots to occupy the team. It's the holiday season, and people's minds today are on the annual celebration.
We've got our staff Christmas party on today, so there's quite a lot of stuff that's gone into it. I think three cows, 6 sheep, and a lot of sodas.
Christmas and the holiday season in Africa are spent much like they are in other parts of the world. It's a series of social gatherings, starting with the staff Christmas party. Even though it's the holidays, much of the staff will stay. This is the high season for tourists. And even more importantly, poachers don't observe holidays, so security needs to be maintained. The staff is made up of many religions and tribal backgrounds. This celebration is a traditional Maasai one called Nyama Choma. It means roasted meat and is based on an annual event where the Maasai elders and warriors would head off into the bush and barbecue a cow and some goats. The party is also a chance for management like Ol Pejeta's CEO, Richard Vine, to thank the 800-plus staff for their work in making the reserve one of the most successful in Kenya. And special gratitude for the rangers who put their lives on the line to protect the rhinos from poachers.
See a lot of nyama.
That's instant constipation. That's a good afternoon's sleep in one bowl, I think.
Once the feast is done, the staff makes time for a little bit of fun. But even sports serve a function of sorts at Ol Pejeta. In order to do their jobs well and with maximum safety, the rangers need to be very fit, have very sharp reflexes, and always have their wits about them.
Today, actually, is a big competition because it's the whole ranch. Guys, young boys, younger than me, but I'll try my best.
Teamwork is essential. For a ranger, this is a good workout on all levels. But as head ranger Dixon Kariuki jokes, when it comes to sports and other games, their jobs provide for an interesting training regimen.
Our practice is being chased by rhinos and buffaloes, elephants. That's when we do our practice mainly.
For the rangers who are away from their families over the holiday season, the celebration reinforces the camaraderie. Conservation is a 24/7 business. And maybe at Christmas, it's worth reflecting on the irony that people now have to work around the clock to preserve what was once a natural area teeming with wildlife. The Rangers win the first of the best of 3 games, but that confidence soon fades.
My friend, wacha simdanganye bwana. Wazee mnamtia hapo.
Dixon begins to feel the heat as his team falls behind. They'll lose the match and then are defeated in the final. Following the short rains, staff at Ol Pejeta Conservancy in Kenya are experiencing a dramatic rise in problem leopard in village lands. In the dry season, prey species concentrate where there's water. When the rains come, they disperse and are not as easy to catch. So some leopard will head into the village in search of easy prey. Ol Pejeta is one of the few places in Kenya that will accept the very dangerous leopard. In just 3 days, one was humanely put down when the staff discovered that it was severely injured and infected with gangrene. A second leopard, this time just outside of Ol Pejeta's boundary, has been killing village goats, and rangers have set a trap in the hopes of catching it. It has been 2 days, and still no luck.
We got a call this morning from a sheep farm. It's a sheep and wheat farm it's about 100 k's from here, that they had trapped a leopard that was eating sheep there. So they've sent it across, and we're just coming to release it now. It seems to be leopard season. In 3 days, we've had one bought here that obviously we couldn't release. We're trying to trap another one in the community at the moment, and this one arrives. So yeah, we'll see. It's worth us giving it a home. Otherwise, there's not many places it could be taken and that are willing to take a problem animal like that. Yeah, it's just a nice area to release it. There's water here. There's a lot of wildlife here. It's a nice thick bush. We can just send it off in the right way.
So the group returns to the spot where they had attempted to release the first leopard.
We've tried releasing them straight from the back of the car before, and it's dark in there. The animal feels secure, and it takes a long time for it to come out. Putting it on the ground, taking everything off it, just allows it to come out a bit quicker. You can see it's a little female. You know, normally we'd put collars on these animals to be able to monitor them, but a young animal like this, you know, she's going to grow quite a lot, and there's no guarantee she'd stay here on Ol Pejeta. You know, the collars, hell, they'll stay on for life if you don't take them off. And a young animal like this that's growing pretty quickly, it's just going to tighten up.
The team can already tell that this young leopard is healthy. She is reacting with a typical ferocity that you'd expect from a caged leopard. Although much smaller than a lion, leopard are much faster and can be more aggressive than their bigger cousins, especially when cornered or surprised. Leopard are lightning fast, and despite being in a cage, she keeps the rangers on edge. The goal is to release her as quickly as possible, while ensuring everyone remains safe. This will be done by opening the cage from a distance. Everything is ready, and the team returns to the vehicle where Batian and Dixon attach the cable. From here, Batian backs up, and the door is slowly pulled open.
That was perfect. That's the way it should be. Is do it as quietly as possible and just let it go out on its own like that with minimum stress on it.
It would take nearly 3 weeks and the start of a new year, but the leopard in the village would eventually be caught. Like the others, she is brought to the central part of the reserve far away from the villages. And for a group of lucky tourists from Ol Pejeta Bush Camp, the timing is terrific. They get to see her released in her new home. As a young animal, she is healthy and able to catch prey. The team believes that it was likely a lack of wildlife that drove her to kill village livestock. Over the course of the next 6 months, almost a dozen problem leopard will be brought to Ol Pejeta and released, giving them another chance at an existence in the wild.